to my YouTube channel. Not sure I've actually done a hardcore world. So, here's a glimpse. So the first thing I like to do is just to take a look around and find a decent position. I'm looking for an immediate food source at this point, and I notice those 2 mushrooms, so I think, okay, I'm gonna go get 2 mushrooms for some soup. But, animals are pretty abundant, but just to start out with, that's what I was thinking at the time. Just fast forward to finishing this drink. So in every world, I like to have, before nighttime, a couple of bones from skeletons dropped. Because in the forest, that's kind of easy. If you're going caving kind of early, that's also kind of easy. You really just kind of kite them around or move them around like a tree or something. It helps just to take off the damage for your hearts. I also like to have 3 logs to make a campfire so I can cook any raw meat that I had without going through a lot of fuel in the furnace. And obviously, a lot of people suggest going for the 3 wool from sheep, just because when you have a bed, you set spawn, and that's very useful in the early game. That basically means you can die any amount of times and still be close to your stuff, so long as you maintain some sort of perimeter on how far you are from your bed. Here, I'm kind of just doing everything I can. I'm trying to get food, I'm trying to get stone, I'm trying to get coal for light, which is really important early on as well, because you can't really go too far into a cave system. You can't progress too fast without light. So I'm also really happy to be in a dark oak forest of all things. I really like to build with dark oak. My primary goal at this point would be just to survive the night. So that's kind of what I'm doing. Get food, run down any animals I see so I can survive. So for the newer people making Minecraft YouTube videos, I don't hear it talked about too much as before. But sand being a gravity block or flint being a gravity block, meaning it just falls, is actually very useful for entering cave systems or just going up and down, like before scaffolding was even a thing. So I always try to grab a few, mark a location down, go back to it, or use it. It's also good for glass panes, which is really just nice in building with bottles if you just want to pretend to, hydrate in Minecraft. Although there are some mods, I believe, out there that allow you to require drinking. But yes, it's pretty fun. I would like to play something like that, where you have to get glass and drink. I did see an ocean or a river somewhere nearby here. I do plan to investigate that later on. So you're probably wondering, like, hey, what are you doing with dirt? I'm actually making a very basic, like, dirt home. But another thing, maybe it's a bit wacky of me to do this, but you're about to see it in a second here, so I don't want to spoil anything. I'm gonna mention something. Yes, I'm moving this dirt block and putting it back because mobs can't enter this. I mean, obviously when I'm trying to get out, maybe a creeper will surprise explode me, but I mean, hopefully not, right? But this is where I will dig down and create an empty room, and then that will be my starting base. So you're probably wondering, why am I putting my campfire out of reach? Well, also on the note of efficiency, I've always wondered why people kind of either stand in one place and look around to mine. I kind of like to keep it flowy. So what I'll do is I'll kind of mine out around the room. Originally, I didn't plan to, like, make it weird. I originally meant to go in, like, a complete circle around to get to the campfire. I was also very happy to find some coal here. Always useful. But yeah, this is kind of what I mean with the whole flowy thing. Like, you just kind of mine out around in a circle fashion, and then, you know, eventually I would have gotten to the campfire, but I was just kind of like, I want the food now, so I went for it. And then I pretty much went back into the rhythm of just trying to mine out in a circle. And what I like to do is, before I go mining, is I like to make a space of my own. I like to use the entire tool itself. So when this pickaxe breaks, you know, then I would go and make 2 more, and then I would go mining ones to, like, break through the stone and everything that I'm probably just going to use to build with. And then when I find iron, I'll use the other pickaxe, and I'll try and keep that priority with my tools. Silly me, I wasn't using a shovel for the flint here, but I mean, they do break relatively quickly, so I'm kind of I would describe myself as a little bit patient here and just trying to make my first room. I found out that that blue wasn't a sign of water, unfortunately. It was just the blocks glitching out a little bit there. So as you can see, my first base is coming along just a bit nicely, you know, pretty quick, because I'm trying to maintain a priority, like this and then that thing, and then the next thing. I'll admit I'm pretty impressed at how much food I've already accumulated in the first day into the night. So, a lot of you who like to build above ground, maybe this isn't your type of, I don't know, hut that you would start with, but me personally, I'm like a little mole. I love being underground. I really like the different stone types now. See, like a decade ago, we didn't have andesite, granite, the polished variants. So it's really cool to see how far the game has come over the years. Yes, I would like to state for the record that this is all inspired by micro or small living spaces in the world of Minecraft. And I hope so far you're all enjoying my hardcore sort of tutorial walkthrough in how to enjoy Minecraft, my style, my kind of way, you know? So, another mention about efficiency. In the early stages of the game, I like to use ladders to scale trees to cut them down. And you'll see that I'm using the hoe for leaves. It's actually because, aside from shears, okay, it's actually a lot faster to break leaves. It's pretty good for farming apples. But what I'm trying to do here is I'm trying to isolate the difference, or what I'm trying to separate the trees from the leaves. That way I can clearly just cut down this tree and not end up cutting another and another, so I'm not stuck in a cycle. I just in forests like these, it's good to just cut one tree and then you're good for a little while. It's actually one of the reasons why I like living in a forest, because it's not too difficult to get wood. Basically in a storage space for wood. It's so essential to enjoying the game with tools. Mostly tools, sticks are like the most versatile thing in Minecraft. Because it makes ladders, makes campfires. It's essential for creating the handles to your netherite tools, diamond tools, iron tools. And the list probably goes on from there. Sadly, I was not recording when this happened, but I was attacked by 2 skeletons and a creeper. I was lucky because there was enough tree shaped correctly that I easily killed the creeper. I almost died though because the second skeleton surprised me, and he had an enchanted bow, which I do not see. Yeah, I see it right there. Did not get it, but did a lot of damage. I was at 1 heart. I came back and healed up with my steaks or muttons here, and yeah, now I'm about to prepare to go mining. And when I find some iron, I'll put that in the video. And don't worry, eventually we're gonna decorate and make this look a lot nicer than what it already is. Hopefully. I do have a habit of not posting to my YouTube. Apologize for that.